Welcome to WGTV and episode 55. My name is Adam, and tonight I'm going to be joined by the exquisite Jane.
Hi.
Hello, Jane. There we go. And we're going to be bringing you a game of 2,000 points of Age of Sigmar from the General's Handbook 23 through to 24. Before we go any further, though, as always, I'd like to say a huge thank you to all our patrons and our sponsors and our affiliates. You'll have seen them on the intro on the way in. Without you, we are nothing. Of which I will pay homage now. Jane is one of them. So thank you very much, Jane. Thank you so much. Thank you. Without you, we would be literally nowhere. And like I say, we get to add so much more into it. And if you feel like joining in, feel free. Have a look on the links below. That'd be absolutely fantastic. But on with the show. So tonight is going to be the return of Wizbits. That's right. Ooh. So those of you not known about Wizbit's story, please look back at episode 45 or episode 50 and you'll see that we're taking Wizbit and his mighty Ironjawz on a bit of a journey through this edition of the General's Handbook. And so tonight he has to take on, though...
Ogres.
Ogres.
Yes.
Oh, the Mawtribes.
Yes.
You're bringing the meat.
I am.
You're bringing the meat for me to eat
fight.
on. You want to fight?
Yeah, I want to fight.
Want to fight? I'm not so sure I'm that keen, actually. Wizbits, he's a lover, not a fighter. He's not going to be keen on like lots of like meat flying at his face. It's not his thing. Really.
That's fine.
No.
I'll come after him anyway.
Great, thanks. Yeah, that's brilliant. All right then. Well, before we get into the meat of the armies, see what I did there, then we will need to find out what scenario we're going to play. And there is only one person that can help us. Some say that his daily calorie intake is 40,000 calories, yet his BMI is perfect. All we know is he's called the Cleric.
Fountains of frost. Sometimes the prize proves just as dangerous as the enemy. Seas, Andors, geysers of pure magic, or freeze your warriors solid trying. Andorian Locust units count as 10 models for the purposes of contesting objectives. At the start of each battle shock phase, roll a dice for each objective that is contested by 3 or more units. On a 4-up, each unit contesting that objective suffers D3 mortal wounds. You score in this mission as such. Score 1 victory point for 1 objective. Score another for 2, and a third for more objectives. Score 2 victory points for completing your battle tactic. Aww.
Thank you, Cleric. That was totally terrifying as always, but well explained. Now we know what we're doing.
Yes.
Well, we know what we're doing, but we'll see if we actually do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've not played this scenario before, so.
No. So yeah, and Wizbit's not played in this one either. So we'll see how we get on in the Fountains of Frost. So first up, then, why don't we take a look at your beautifully converted ogre army, which is on the theme of
Pandas.
Pandas.
Yes.
See, what more do you want? Pandas.
Yes.
It was brilliant.
So this is my army. As you can see, they're pandas. So I've got 3 units of gluttons, which are these guys at the front. I've got another unit here, and then another unit here. My favourite model is Fluffy, the Incarnate. Fluffy is bound to my Frostlord on Stonehorn. This is Adam that rides Sean.
Of course.
Yeah. I have got a Blood Pelter right at the back. He is here. And he is stood behind the Maw Pot. And that is because my grand strategy is spellcasting savant. So he has to survive the game.
Well remembered.
And he can do that. Thanks. He can do that from behind the Maw Pot because no one can get to him because that is impassable. And he can't be seen. Got my Tyrant over here. I need a name for him.
Viewers, add something in the comments.
Yes, please give me a name for him. And that is my army.
How many points is it?
It's 2,000 points. Very few models for me.
Here comes the big war, as it were. Well, not big war, but the big Ironjawz. Wizbit, where are you at? There you are. There he's hiding. Standing next to the arcane terrain. There you are, looking resplendent as always. And he's got tonight with him, he's got, count them, 1 unit of brutes, 2 units of brutes, 3 units of brutes, hiding behind Old Rusty there, who's carrying the mighty destroyer. He's got Eddie the War Chanter there, who's got the fixing beat, and he's also got 1 unit of 3 piggies hiding there. Pan back across, and we've got another unit of 3 piggies hiding just there with Stompy, the giant there, the man crusher as it were. Now back on Wizbits, this time he's kept his touched by the weird, the master of the weird. So he's got the extra spell. So he's gone with the Hoarfrost and the great big hand of Gork. So he's hopefully going to fling himself or somebody else across the board. It's all put nicely into a battle regiment, believe it or not. We've got a lot of bodies there. But yeah, and that keeps us just under the 2,000 points, which gives us the triumph of, and we'll never be able to say it, but we'll try and say it together, Jane. Indomitable. Basically the one where you pass a battle shock test for free at one point. And having this many boys against that many big ogres, we're probably going to need that. So, question is now, Wizbits, let's ask you, are you going to go first, or are you going to go second? He's decided, and he's going to go second. Ooh. Oh, Wizbits, that's a big decision. So, over to Jane, and her turn 1.
So it's my turn 1. So I picked a battle tactic of magical dominance. We rolled for primal dice and we both got a primal dice. Woohoo! Yes, that was nice. My wizard back here cast Mystic Shield onto the Stonehorn. Successfully cast because I was out of range of any dispelling. Didn't need my primal dice. I then walked forward with everything, quite slowly for me. Because I don't want to be charged, ideally. And I got 1-2 battle tactic, 4 points.
Woo. Wizbits turn 1. Oh, it feels good to be green again. Right then, we thought if it's good enough for Jane, it's good enough for us. So we're going to go magical dominance as well. And those who have watched before, Wizbits gets a little excited sometimes with these spells, so we were a little scared, so we went for some more primal dice. We did get 1 extra each again, so the pot overfloweth with magical dominance. With magical power even. And so we went, oh, here we go. So we thought we'll try a cheeky Hoarfrost. Jane was too far out to stop anything, so if I basically cast it, I was okay. So managed to cast Hoarfrost, put it on the unit of brutes, which was here in front of him, and we managed to roll on the D3. We got a 3 and a 4, so we got a 2, and we chose to put it on the to wound characteristics of the brutes. You'll notice, and not here, which means Wizbit was unprecedented and got a second spell off and managed to pick up the great big hand of Gork and went yoink and threw them all the way over here. All the way over here. Over here. So with that inspired piece of magical dominance, battle tactic achieved, the boys got really excited, and Old Rusty, he called the mighty destroyers, and being a big lad on his big cabbage, he moved himself, the brutes behind him, and his little piggies to the side of him, and we all kind of pushed up here. Old Eddie here, he'd put on the extra damage onto Old Rusty, which, as me and Jane look at each other, just went, oh yeah, we didn't add that into the combat.
No, we didn't.
But it doesn't matter.
Didn't need it. I rolled so many ones.
Didn't matter, because apparently when Old Rusty hits 6 gluttons, he just went, extra damage, whatever, I'm just going to kill them anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't it amazing being so good and on film all the time? Yeah, so we managed to do that, managed to clear off the gluttons. So we're really quite happy with that. We've got boys in the backfield. We've got Old Rusty feeling all excitable and with extra damage on him. The pigs have moved up. The boys moved up. Those moved up. These little piggies came round, stood next to Wizbits, thinking, yeah, happy days. We score 1, we score 2, we score more. We achieved the battle tactic. Things is looking green. This is good. Look, 5 plays 4. But now, the dreaded roll. Jane grabs her dice. We'll point it at the old tray here.
Ooh,
here we go.
I'm dropping the camera.
Do that right. Okay, so here we go. Oh no!
Yes.
So, I guess you'll be taking it, Jane?
Yeah, I'll be taking it.
Yeah, all right.
Didn't quite go as planned. I did manage to get primal dice. We both got 1. I got my battle tactic of intimidate, which is have more units outside of my deployment than in. So I only had these 2 left in my deployment. I made sure everything else was out. I managed to put Mystic Shield on my Stormhorn, because the plan was my Stormhorn was going to charge Rusty when Rusty was here. But he failed to charge.
Well, I did a nasty sort of redeploy, didn't I?
Yeah,
back
you did.
To about here.
You did redeploy, but I also rolled like a 4 or a 3 or a 4.
It wasn't a great charge.
Really
it wasn't
low.
a great charge. No.
So I was like, right, I've got a command point on him as well. I was like, right, I'll try my Tyrant over here, charge.
What happened there?
Tyrant said no. I rolled like a 3 again, something like that, really low.
So then?
I re-rolled. Dice said no. So I was like, okay.
So it came to...
my gluttons, here. I decided my gluttons are going to charge. I thought I was going to have to charge Rusty.
But?
I managed to get a 12. Boom. With a +1 because I had the Bellower, which gives me a +1. So I managed to charge over here.
So you went
gluttons.
all the way from here.
Yeah, over here.
Smashed into the brutes.
I then did my impact attacks, which are on 4s.
Yep.
I managed to get 5 of them. So I did 5 mortal wounds straight away, which was great. That went well.
That was amazing.
Yeah. And I tried to charge over here.
Oh.
And Fluffy also said no, because that was a really low roll.
Fluffy was going after Stompy.
Yes. I knew it was a long shot, but I rolled like a 3.
It was fine. It was like, no, we're not. We'd spent all the charging on here with the pandas down here.
The only thing in my army that actually felt like it wanted to taste, like to eat something, was the gluttons.
The gluttons.
And as you can see, they've now gone. I did do well in combat. They are quite hard hitting. If you can get through, I find them quite hard hitting because they're 2 damage.
You wiped it. The only reason Old Rusty is here is because of the sneaky counter charge.
Yep.
So Old Rusty had retreated back here, but then obviously once Jane had finished her charge, all of a sudden there was the counter charge, and bang! And Old Rusty went, "I've got your back, lads!" And he came flying in and. Yeah, again, dear viewers, I forgot that I had the extra damage on, but it didn't really matter.
It didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
My gluttons took a lot out, and
they took a huge amount. I had a full unit of 10 here, so technically speaking, what you'd taken 6, so 18 wounds had been wiped out there. I would have had not much in response if it hadn't been for Old Rusty helping the troops out there.
And Rusty has taken.
He did.
2. Was it 2?
2. He took 2.
He took 2 mortal wounds because of the bounce back on the saves of the gluttons.
He did. Look at those wonderful tokens there from Warpay.
They did do well. Fantastic. I am impressed with them because they did still injure Rusty they wiped out a large amount of units.
He has gained his strength from victory, but yes, that's it. It has been a tough time.
Yes, but it did allow me to get my battle tactic, which is 2. And then I have 1, 2,
not more, but
Not
you've
more,
got
but it's
3.
Another, it's another.
Another solid 4 points.
4 points,
So
which
pop them on
I'm
the board.
happy with that.
That takes you up to 8.
Ooh.
Oh.
I'll try not to
Yeah,
destroy.
and I smashed the castle down like a wrecking ball.
I mean, I can't reach.
Right, so I think that'll be on
Over to you.
me. Wow! Fantastic. Oh, Wizbits called the Wah. He couldn't resist his little heart anymore. He just went, Wah! And he just called out and bellowed it out. The lads got very excited and, it ran through them. So we picked a tactic. We went for surround and destroy. So we picked 3 units. We picked these little piggies here. That's it. We picked those ones. We also picked these little piggies here.
Yep.
And then we also picked Stompy. Okay, so those were our 3. Little piggies just did a little reversing move just here. These kind of like scampered up, had a little look, and Stompy kind of stomped his ground and squared off against the incarnate there. Wizbits was here, and he went, "You have a mystic shield." And they went, "Thanks, boss." And then he went, "I've got a plan." And he cast the hand of Gork on himself. Because he say the words. I was so excited. And he picked himself up and he yoinked himself off to his favourite group of us, all the way over there. So well that he even knocked Jane's dice tray there. That's how good he was at yoinking himself across. So once he was over there, he felt quite confident. Meanwhile, Rusty thought, I wonder if I could kill a Stonehorn. So he thought, this'll be fun. So he had a little look round and he went, yeah, a destroyer. So he went barreling across with the confidence of the Wah coursing through his veins, nobly shouted so well by Wizbits. He landed between the tyrant and the Stonehorn. And he thought, and the Stonehorn suddenly went, if it was good enough for you last time, Rusty, it's good enough for me. And he went and took a step back. Rusty thought, cunning little fox. Right, but not cunning enough that when you roll 11 on your charge plus 1 for the Wah gives you 12 that you get straight into the Stonehorn. But even then, the Stonehorn's sitting there on a 3-up save, 15 wounds, 5-up shrug, all out Mystic Shield, that's it. We both went for Titanic Jewel, thank you, that's it. So we both went there, got the Wah on, the Destroyer's on. Eddie the Eagle Edwards back here had put the extra damage on, which we remembered, which was fantastic. So we went barreling in, swinging a big destroyer. We gained the 2 extra from Strength of Victory before. So we've got 9 attacks with this destroyer, which is so powerful we can hardly hold it. We hit 7 times. We wound 6 times.
6 times.
Jane saves 2. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dearie, dearie me. That's a lot of damage going through. So she picked up her dice, she rolled them all. Don't worry, I've got some shrugs.
I've got ward saves.
I rolled all them. Okay.
Not a single one.
I'll just take him off then.
Yeah, as you can see, there's now a big
There's
hole
where there was a Stonehorn.
Yes.
And Rusty with a massive grin on his face, which, of course,
yes,
we add a Strength from Victory.
18
There we go.
ward saves failed.
Yeah, I was like, talk about unlucky, but yeah, it's almost like we turned it off. Yeah, so Wizbits is quite happy with that Wah. So we still score 1, score 2, and now because there is a carcass of a Stonehorn here, we score more.
Yes.
Which puts us up to a mighty respectable double-digit figure of 10, but it's still 10 plays 8.
10-8, not bad.
But, dear viewer, let's see.
Am I going to be cursed?
Let's have a look. Is it the camera lady's curse? What's she got?
Oh
no! Ah! Wizbits! Here we go. Wow. Right, there we go. Right, turn 3. We've got the double. Did it make a difference? I think it might have done. Wizbit's feeling a little confident at this point, and he thought, I'm feeling like I'm going to flex and intimidate the enemy. Enemy. God, it's so hard to talk when you're an orc. The enemy. And so that's what we chose. We thought, more models outside of our territory, so we'll be fine. So we started with trying to get no, we didn't. We went to heal on old Rusty, which he successfully did, and healed the 2 wounds that he'd taken. Boom, full health, rah, feeling good. Wizbits went back to his traditional start, went for a Mystic Shield because we got another Primal Dice, so we were feeling confident. So we had 2 in the pot, Jane had 2, and he managed to roll a 3 and a 1. So was I going to add Primal Dice into that? Was I? Never. No, not with Wizbits. He's an idiot.
That's a shame.
I know. He's like, no, not going to do it. Never in a million years. So he thought, it's all right. I'm near the lads. I'll go Hoarfrost. And he did. He went big. And we added in Primal Dice. We added more Primal Dice. We got to 15. So Jane picked up her dice. She rolled 2 dice. She had another one. She added the 4th one in. And she got plus with the pot to 15. Oh, so close. Wizbit's feeling so confident now. That's another spell. It's almost like he's a wizard. So he rolled for the Hoarfrost on the brutes, and he managed to roll a 2. So he's made to wounding on 1s now. Even they might be able to hurt something. But they were in a building, and we had other things to worry about. So meanwhile, we tried to rally some brutes back. We got 1. Aha! So 1 of them back to 5 now there. Piggy's held station, Stompy held station with a wild incarnate now. Yep. Watching him, he's thinking, I'm probably not long for this world, but I'm going to try and distract him. And Eddie, the ever eager, ran forward, trying to catch up to Rusty and the lads. The lads kind of moved forward a little bit here. Pigs moved up. Rusty moved towards a tyrant who tried to run away.
Yes.
He didn't run very far though, and we caught him.
Yeah.
And we hit him really hard. This one though was a death cheater, and he really knew how to cheat death. Unfortunately, he couldn't cheat death 15 times, and so unfortunately just fell over. But he gave it a good effort. But it does mean old Rusty has 4 as his strength from fighting. Strong Rusty, old Rusty. So we're quite happy with that. We're just ignoring the incarnate. We're looking this way. That's what we're looking after. We've got 1, 2 more. We managed to be a clever Orcsy and not put 3 units on there. So that's good. So we didn't blow up. And it takes us up to 15 plays 8. So it's going to be Jane's turn 3 now.
Yeah, my turn 3.
Let's see what a wild incarnate, some gluttons, and a blood pelt hunter that's hiding behind a shrine can do.
Yes. Such a good turn. Well, ish. So battle tactic, I was a little bit stuck because I couldn't do a lot of them. I can't do surround because I don't have 3 units that I can get that way. Couldn't do maelstrom. Couldn't do mayhem, bait and trap, reprisal because my general's not dead. Couldn't do this one that I can't say.
Exploration.
And I couldn't do the majority of the ogre ones.
Apart from.
So I went for Savour Their Taste, which is have every ogre unit hungry at the end of the round. And because my incarnate is not an ogre unit, if my plan had failed, I would score it anyway. Because I simply move these gluttons from here onto this objective, but a little bit further away than I normally would, so that it's harder for the charge if I fail priority again. So that then meant I scored here, and I scored here, which is score 1, score more.
Score 2. Score 2.
Yeah,
score
2.
1, 2.
Yeah, score 1, score more, 2.
And then
Fluffy decided she
horrible
wanted
things
snuggles.
to Stompy.
Fluffy really wanted snuggles. She'd missed attention. So she came up, she charged, and she was like, snuggles! herself around and she accidentally killed the thing she was in combat with.
Poor Stompy.
But Fluffy
Bye, Stompy.
is now very excited.
Because?
Fluffy now goes up a level. So instead of being primal, she's now empowered. So she gets even better. She can now run in charge and she can do loads of stuff. So I'm happy because Fluffy's happy. So that then meant at the end of the round, I had 1, 2, more, 1, 2, which is 2.
Yep.
Plus my battle tactic.
Ogres are good at counting.
Yeah,
really good at counting.
So it's 12.
Plays 15. Excellent. With a little dice roll. It's the curse of the camera person. Gone to me now.
We shall see.
Oh
dear. No!
No! Wizbits is going to have a go. Wizbits turn 4. Sorry. Orcs' turn 4. Ironjawz turn 4. Wizbits, we know where we're at. Speaking of the great colossus of a wizard, back to his old tricks. We had 4 primal dice between us. I had 2. Jane had 2. I have 2 spells. Here we go then. Well, let's try and put Hoarfrost onto the brutes in the building. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do it. And let's roll a 1 with our first roll and think no, because we had a primal dice. We know what's going to happen to Wizbits, and Wizbits will go bang. I think it's the excitement. It's just too much. I think he was seeing all the cuddles that were done by Fluffy, and it was just it was gruesome. So he thought, I'll tell you what, I'll do the Great Hand of Gork. I'm really, really good. No, he rolled a 1 in his thing again, and it was like, he's like, I'll just stay here. I'm just going to have a little calm down. I think I've had way too many sweets, and it's gone right to my head, and so he had just had a rest. Meanwhile, we tried for a command point with Steady Eddie. He got 1. That's not a problem. See, Steady Eddie, not a problem. Used it to try and rally. He got a lad, not a problem. He rallied him back. We gone for a battle tactic. We've gone for the new one, where 2 Ironjawz units are within 3 inches of the centre of the board, and that's our battle tactic. So we thought Steady Eddie will go in, move the brutes up, tick, not a problem at all. Now, old Rusty, at the moment, strongly trying to be the man of the match, wondering why he's not general. Just can't work it out. He's like, but I do everything. But it doesn't matter. He went, you know what? I see those gluttons. I'm going to go for those gluttons. They look tasty. They tasted good last time, so let's have another go. Yep. So he went flying across. Not only did he go flying across, because his little beast, his bum's a little big. So his base is a little large, which put him right next to the moor pot. And he didn't mean to, because he's trying to be nice, but he might have accidentally broke the moor pot.
He got a bit carried away, didn't he?
He was excited and he was flapping about, and then he heard a and he went,
oh no.
Oh no. I may have just broken a moor pot. There was some crying, mainly from the red panda behind the moor pot.
I know, the poor pelter.
He was kind of like, well, the main thing is, because we can't see him because he's behind scenery and but we suddenly went, there's a bell on there right there. What's that doing there? So we broke that. And then, out of surprise, I think more out of startlement, the big maw crusher staggered forward and crushed 6 gluttons to death.
I did bounce a couple of mortals back.
Apparently, it's like standing on Lego. As we were standing on, it was like, and caused 3 wounds, which was really annoying. Much to the amusement of Fluffy, who just now wants to give cuddles apparently to everyone.
Yes, Fluffy is very excited.
Yeah, and she's a bit close for him now. So old Rusty's a bit, we've moved a bit far now. He's like, that's not good. But we have strength from victory.
Yes.
We have gone up to 5 now. We have an exposed bloodpelt hunter. We got the battle tactic. We have 1 scored more. So we did take it to 20.
Yes, it is now 2012.
So it's 2012. I didn't realise it was that late. More dad jokes later. But join us next week. We probably won't after that. But yes. So I think not maybe concerned about what the blood pelt's going to do. More concerned about what little
She wants
Fluffy's going to do.
snuggles.
Oh no.
Yeah,
See you soon.
Snuggles. Very excited about Snuggles. Well, Fluffy, who wants Snuggles. So, battle tactic wise, there was nothing that I can do because my general hasn't yet died, so therefore I can't go for reprisal, which was a little bit upsetting. So instead, I went for surround, which is one I can't do, but throw one away that I can't get now, so that I've got reprisal that I can score when my general dies, because
makes sense.
Clearly, Rusty is coming for the blood pelter. It's going to happen. I tried to run away and hope I could get in the terrain. Couldn't quite get enough. So Rusty's going to come this way, which then means I've got a tactic.
There's another turn. You never know.
The plan.
Yeah, that's it. Stay alive is the plan.
Yes.
That's it. Keep that grand strat alive.
Yes.
That's it. Meanwhile,
so, I can now run in charge. So I was able to run over here and charge the piggies.
And the piggies.
And as you can see,
are no
they
more.
are not there.
You roared them.
Yes, I roared to make sure that they couldn't all out defence. And she went in for Snuggles and...
Gave him snugs and...
Yeah, she did the same again and squalled too hard and they just didn't survive.
It's not her fault.
No, it's not her fault. Like, she just wants to love people. It just doesn't work for her. But it did mean that she scored the objective. That is now my objective.
She does. So,
and my blood pelter is still alive.
Which is good.
I tried for a arcane bolt and failed, even with primal dice. Yeah. I put 3 primal dice into it and stopped because I rolled a 1. And Adam managed to...
Wizbits, not me.
Yeah, well, sorry.
Wizbits.
Managed to just get enough to stop me. So that was quite upsetting. But there you go.
There you go.
So at the end, I scored 1, 2 because I still had that.
Yep.
Not more.
Nope.
And no tactic. So I got 4 points.
Got you up to 4. Yeah, 2 points, taking you up to 14.
Yeah, sorry, 2 points. So 14 to 20.
And now
so it all depends on the priority.
Oh.
5! Yes! Yes! This might just save me.
Snuggles time?
Yes, Snuggles time. Well, Fluffy did not charge this time. Need to have words with her. So, I couldn't do a battle tactic again, because General is currently, is still not dead. I didn't think about that when I took the turn. I got overexcited. But, you know, better to try and get my my grand strat than thingy. So, we rolled primal dice. We both got 1 each. I ran my blood pelter over here, nicely into the corner. I auto ran so that I was in the corner. It's very difficult for Rusty to get to me with base size and speed and all of that. And I decided that Fluffy was going to move from here onto this objective. While she is wild, she gets to run and charge. So, you know, should have been easy to get to these guys.
Apart from...
They did redeploy, and they rolled a 6.
A massive 6.
Like, what?
Like,
what? Very grumpy. They rolled a 6.
They're like, seen what Snuggles do, and we did not like snuggling. Snuggling is not a brute thing.
Snuff it.
Snuff it, it's a new word.
I'm overexcited now. Fluffy likes Snuggles though, so she tried to charge anyway.
She did.
She rolled. She only rolled a 7. So she's still there.
She's there.
It does, however, give her the objective. So I currently have this objective, and now this objective. However, Adam also has this objective, and that objective. So I score 1. I don't score more.
You score another 1.
I don't score my tactic.
But you score
so
2.
I just get 2 points.
So you get to add them on.
So oh yes, I've not done that yet.
Not done that yet.
So I go up to 16 to 20. That is all I could do, because I had to pick a tactic that I couldn't do because you have to declare one. So I went for Maelstrom, but I couldn't do it because that's the way my list is built.
Turn 5. Wizbit, what could possibly go wrong in such a strong position? Possibly everything you went for. Yes, that would be right, Wizbits. Even you can do this. Yet again, we have a little wizard. All we've got to do is kill a little wizard to stop Jane's grand strategy. The little wizard had been flushed out. All we had to do is go get him. Turns out when you're a big fat mole crusher, you can't fit behind a house.
Yes, this is where I hid.
This is where I hid. So what do? We picked up some brutes and we lobbed them across the board.
Yeah,
and we lobbed them there. And they went, all in now got to do is charge. They didn't. But twice. But where you don't really care elsewhere, but we did go for led into the Maelstrom as the battle tactic. The world charged because they suddenly decided they wanted snuggles. And into they go to the snuggle machine.
Yeah.
Even though Rusty jumped up, charged in, Steady Eddie went in, Brutes went in. As you can see, Brutes took the, shall we say, brute of the the brunt of the action there. Quite everything that got rallied up. This poor unit has been battered. It got charged by gluttons. It's now recharged back into an incarnate. They had 10. They went down to 4. They went back up to 9 with rallies. Now they're back down to 4 again. They're just exhausted. Absolutely exhausted. Other units have just looked on going, yeah, nice work, lads. Yeah, that's pretty good, standard. Yeah. But yeah, meanwhile, that got us the battle tactic though, because of course the incarnate can't die, so therefore we couldn't kill the unit, so therefore we knew we were going to get everyone in combat still at the end of the turn. We knew we had 1 score, 2 score more, but all we wanted was to charge.
Yeah.
But no, alas. But Wizbit stands in the corner.
Some of your stuff.
Yes, we did that, and you killed that, and we did that. So yeah, that's that turn. Gave me the 5 points. 25 plays 16.
Yeah.
And I think it's time for a very funny conclusion. Yeah. Conclusion time, folks. Oh, Snuggles time! Snuggles time! Yay! Oh dear Lord, that was funny.
That was a fun game.
Oh, Wizbits and Snuggles. What a winning combination of a game. It's just fantastic fun. Where do we even begin with all that? I don't even know where to start. Do you have it's a silly question, but do you have a model of the match by any chance? Fluffy! The snuggle queen herself, just snuggling her way across the board. I feel if you used her stronger earlier,
yeah,
because she kind of huddled back a bit and she kind of waited for her moment in the sun.
Yeah, she should have got out a little bit quicker.
In the few turns that she got, she murdered through a man crusher.
Yeah.
Murdered through a unit of pigs.
Yeah.
If she got the charge into the brutes, she'd have murdered them.
Yeah,
so when the brutes charged them, she murdered them.
Pretty much.
And that was just in the small amount of time. She's a lover.
Yeah, she's very excited that she just
loves it.
Yeah,
loves
chokes
it.
you, she strangles you.
And once you're in combat with her, that's it. You can't go anywhere, can't retreat.
Nope.
That's it. Yeah.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the rest of the army though,
They were not so keen.
No, it wasn't really for them, was
The
it?
Bloodfelter stayed alive. Like,
No,
the
I just
Bloodfelter
couldn't
did
get into
really
him.
well.
He did. He's like, got you the
Got me
grand
my
strap.
grand strap, my 3 points.
That's it.
Even without that Morpho, it worked.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
I mean, we know we didn't remove it. We knew it was just deadly. But the fact is, he went, well, now you can climb over it, so I'm getting out of here. And he did the right thing. And he legged it. And he
2
absolutely
turns, he
legged
just
it.
ran.
He did really, really well.
Yeah.
I mean, Wizbits obviously will try to tell the newspapers that it was all about him.
He did do well.
He did do well, but old Rusty, come on, the
Rusty's
guy.
taken
He's taken some. He went all around the board. He definitely fell back from the Stonehorn, went flying across back into a Stonehorn, took down a Tyrant, went through 2 units of Gluttons.
Taking down a Stonehorn 1 turn with that ward save.
It was very impressive.
Yes.
He was, and then even in the end, even though he couldn't, he went and dropped the Incarnate level.
He dropped the Incarnate level,
went,
yeah. If he'd have had an extra couple of turns.
That's it. Maybe he could have hung on. Yeah. Maybe that was it. But I'll let Wizbits tell the newspapers it was him, but we all know it was the player's choice was Rusty.
Yeah.
Old Rusty did the work there in this one, yeah. And either that, or I'd like to individually give it to the 10 brutes that were 10, then 4, then 4, then 9, then 9, then 4. They have
taken a beating and still survived.
They love it. They love a good scrap. They love a good scrap. Yeah, they really, really do. So yeah, that was. And what do you think of that scenario? Because that's the first time you played that one.
First time I played that one. It's not as scary as I thought it was going to be. I was quite scared about the fact that you can blow yourself, like you can blow up if there's 3 of you on it.
And we even did that in the final game, didn't we?
Fluffy didn't care. Your stuff did.
Mine did. The Brute's got it again. They're like, give it. I don't care.
But yeah, I don't mind the scenario. I quite like the fact it forces you to move around the board. You're not too stationary.
Yep.
It makes you think about your tactics because do you want to be forward, sideways, like where do you want to be, who do you want to be on?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was quite good.
Really good.
There's just for the first time I've played this list as well, I felt quite confident with the list and the scenario.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. So you're going to come back and do it again, yeah?
Yeah,
definitely. Well,
lessons learned. Like there's a couple of things I'd do differently, but nothing too majorly, and hopefully it'd score me a few more points.
And so all she needs, we need a name for that Tyrant.
Yes, give me a name for the Tyrant.
In the comments,
he needs
he needs a name. So we need everyone watching. Name,
and the
please.
Blood Pelter needs a name.
And the Blood Pelt.
Yeah.
I feel that should be something like Houdini, because the escape Houdini would kind of fit for that one. That's it. So Houdini's name, don't worry about that. But the Tyrant needs a name.
And then he might be more survivable.
Yeah, maybe. maybe.
He feels lonely. He feels like he's not loved.
Yeah, because he's not got a name.
No, he needs a name.
Maybe he needs a snuggle.
Yeah.
And on that bombshell, Until next time, bye.
Thanks for watching.